Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
To throw on second is Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, here's Miller. And a short gain down to about the 33. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On first down, it's Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Black 22! Black 22!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And some space here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Ellington. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Balled in by Anderson, left side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
Jones now looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Flex round. Flex round. Here we go. 38.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Anthony Lynn, sensing the play clock running out, will call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. DJ Reader in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Dumps it complete to Miller. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Sturgis adds the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
off of play action. It's Watson trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down. To throw is Watson. And he finds his man, Griffin. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Now Watson. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he's taken down inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Watson now on second down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Looking for the end zone. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. They've gone to the second quarter in Buffalo. The Bills have taken an early lead against the Dolphins. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. What?
They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to work. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. To play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Let's go. What?
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Jones on 3rd and 2. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. DJ Reader. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for L.A. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now out comes Houston. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On 1st down, Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Back 22. Back 22.
Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. He's going to air one it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Jones on 1st and 10. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. On first down, Jones. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Let's go.
Jones now throwing on first down. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Sturgis for the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now readying for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Now Miller to throw on 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Watson looking deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on, let's go.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This will be taken short. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Watson on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Texans send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. Now Benjamin. Oh, shifty. Whoa. Well, nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. Nifty move by Gordon. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Flex round! Flex round!
Jones on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back now in Houston, it's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here we go!
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one, and this is caught. And that one results in 35 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Point after now from Sturgis. Sturgis adds the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Now it's Ellington to return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger! Two jet! Two jet!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Watson now looking to throw on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Black 22! Black 22!
From the gun, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. The Chargers getting set to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing Jones. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally coughed it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers here in the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Down.
Throwing again is Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Andre Howe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
After the interception, here's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Back to throw. Steps away to his, and he's going to go down again. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup, 47 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, it's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad run.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Going underneath for Gordon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Flex round. Flex round.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. From the end zone, Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tough. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Sturgis for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A road win National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for our visitors, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Houston, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.